Victor Chu, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of First Eastern Investment Group, and you're a member of the esteemed Chinese Welcome Committee, composed of business leaders who will be in Dalian at the inaugural annual meeting of the new champions. First of all, what can established companies learn by coming to Dalian and meeting the new champions?
I hope established companies can share the buzz of these new champions, to share their flexibility, their dynamism, their courage, and their passion, to grow globally in the quickest way possible.
Now, at the core of the new champions is a community of global growth companies. In your opinion, what are these companies really, what are the challenges that they're facing in going global, and what are the key ingredients for their success?
Well, if I can deal with their key success ingredient first, I think they are all visionary. They started by having a champion within their own company who is dynamic, who has strong leadership, who's visionary, who wants to grow well beyond their own shores. And because they are within high-growth emerging markets, which are enjoying spectacular growth rate anyway, with the global availability of financing, the global benchmarks easily accessible through information technology, and logistics, global logistics, that they can travel from one place of the world to the other easier than in the previous generation. They are able to grow without baggage of the established companies. So these are some of the ingredients. Some of the challenges are that when you grow so fast, you somehow lose sight of some of the important social impact factors, like corporate social responsibility, or what we at the forum like to call global corporate citizenship, and indeed benchmarks of corporate governance. Now, these are ingredients that any fast-moving companies eventually need to grapple with, because when you grow, you have to look after the interests of different stakeholders, not just yourself. And when you grow beyond your own shores, you have to be sensitive to the culture of other countries. And getting into the social side of other countries will ease your entry point. And we hope that the annual meeting in Dalian and the subsequent meetings and regional events will help them to share the best practices benchmarks so that they can actually catch up on these important ingredients of success down the road in the quickest way possible.
And so how else do you think the community of global growth companies, which the Forum has established, and its office, head office in Beijing, how else do you think this can serve these new emerging companies?
Well, we are there on the ground because I think a lot of these companies will come from Asia. And the Forum's established constituents tend to be more transatlantic oriented. So we are now opening up a new frontier. We are there where these emerging growth companies, a lot of them are Asia, we are there locally. We're in the local time zone. We have colleagues, staff in our new offices with coming from these countries themselves with language skills. So we are very easily adapted to serve them.
Victor Chu, you are a member of the World Economic Forum's Foundation Board. You're co-chair of the International Business Council. You have been involved in numerous initiatives of the World Economic Forum, including the establishment of the community of global growth companies. What value do you think the Forum brings, especially when it comes to its mission of improving the state of the world?
Yes, the Forum is very fortunate in that we are a neutral platform. We have a very credible history, and we are accepted by most stakeholders in the world, whether you are government, business, or NGOs. And we are a great convener. We bring the right people together to talk about issues. And also, we try to bring the best practices, the best benchmarks, the best stakeholders, the best challenges together, so that the diversity of views can be heard, can be listened to, and can be synergized.
And In closing, do you have an example of where you've seen this at work?
Yes, I think in the area of such as corporate governance, such as how to prevent corrupt practices in the corporate world, I think exchanges and discussions in the International Business Council's meetings give the members a much deeper understanding on cross-cultural issues. And there's no one-size-fits-all. There are global standards, but we need to be sensitive locally in terms of local culture. And that gives even CEOs of the biggest companies a much deeper and a much better feeling how to approach these difficult issues in a local sense.